All right, we're good. We're here at RSA Conference 2009. I am sitting down with Dean Hickman-Smith from Proofpoint. He's the worldwide VP of Sales. Dean, it's been a while. How you doing?
I'm great, thanks, Joe. It's good to
Excellent.
see you again.
Same here. Same here. Proofpoint. I've heard a lot about you guys in the news. I know you guys are a great growth rate year over year. Tell us a little bit about your product and your offering.
Sure. Well, Proofpoint is a leader in email security. People know us, I think, for anti-spam, antivirus. And what we do is we really encompass all aspects of email security from an inbound AS/AV to outbound compliance and data leakage prevention perspective. And what we do is we provide it in a very cost-effective and time-effective manner. To put that into context, we use the cloud, which is, I think, one of the messages that everyone seems to be pushing here at this show, to reduce the total cost of ownership, but serve up a market-leading offering with binding SLAs to enterprise-class customers.
Okay, so yeah, you mentioned you have a cloud solution. So I'm assuming that's also like a software as a service style offering where companies can leverage your infrastructure that you have in data centers to provide the service that you offer. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I think let's dip into the cloud thing a little bit first, because everyone's talking about
absolutely.
Cloud. It's kind of one of those very overused terms. What we do is we give the customer really ultimate flexibility to move between on-premise appliance-based solutions that use the cloud for update purposes or automatic learning purposes, through to the ability to completely virtualize their email security and also their archiving requirements.
So when you say, in that second part of what you said, is that like essentially changing like their MX records to point to you guys, so that all their inbound email flows through you for both spam, prevention and/or archiving?
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people want the ability to kind of dip in and out of this cloud-based model. So in fast-moving environments where they're changing their company, or they're in territories where they have less corporate presence, maybe they'll want to push all of their email through the cloud for inbound cleaning and outbound compliance purposes. Whereas in corporate, they might want local control over the quarantine, and therefore they'll feel more comfortable with an on-prem appliance in those locations.
Right, that makes sense. Is your appliance? I know since I do a lot in the financial services space, email data archiving, over a period of say 7 years is something that's pretty standard, and there's a couple companies that are out there doing that today. Does your appliance offer the ability to do that on site, or is it only in the cloud model that you perform that archiving?
So what we believe is, to offer up the best archiving solution, you need to leverage the cloud from a storage perspective. So we can get tremendous economies of scale through our own purchasing by aggregating storage in our own data centers, global data centers, but offer the on-prem appliance to deal with journaling and encryption of email. So what gets transmitted to our data centers is a secure stream of data that is perfectly secured. The keys are held by the customer and an escrow service. We on the back end have no access to the data, no way of decrypting it, but we store that data in an indexed format so the customer can recover that data as needed for compliance purposes. So they can effectively run their own searches on their own data in a completely secure manner, and we serve up an SLA. So they get the benefit of economy of scale on the back end, huge purchasing power from a storage perspective, Moore's law as disk space erodes price-wise over time. We serve that all up with an SLA to guarantee that they're going to get their data in a searchable format within the time constraints that they're operating under the latest, more strict archiving, discovery rulings.
Excellent. Now it sounds great, and certainly in the spirit of what I've been covering on the joeonsecurity.com blog. Who are some of your competitors that you see running into? You could tackle that. Yeah.
There's a lot of on-prem archiving people that come from a long time ago. So we consider them the legacy archiving players, and clearly there's a lot of people here that are in that space. We don't see many people really in the true blended archiving SaaS type story that I talked about. I think we're really pioneering that space. On the email security side, there's been a lot of acquisition, a lot of change recently. So you've seen Google acquire Postini, which was really the the SaaS alternative. And you've seen Ironport be acquired by Google. So right now it's a great time for Proofpoint. We're the leading Gartner-endorsed independent vendor in the email security space, and we're getting a huge amount of traction with enterprise-class customers as a result of that.
Excellent, excellent. And I believe you meant to say Ironport acquired by Cisco.
I probably did.
Right.
It's been a long day.
No, I understand. Great. Well, Dean, I appreciate the time, and hopefully the conference is a good success for you, and best of luck at Proofpoint.
Joe, thanks very much. It's a pleasure.
Thanks a lot.